I know how I want to change the world. I want children to grow up to be themselves, not fearing that their so-called inadequacies or sins will mean eternal damnation in a putative afterlife. I want adolescents to discover who they really are, regardless of their gender, sexuality, ethnicity, or any other quality that they have no control over. I want adults to be just that, mature human beings who approach the world with a critical eye, who don't take things on face value, who use their critical faculties, which over the course of 4.5 billion years of evolution have developed, to really understand what the world around them is like, independent of some non-falsifiable religion, philosophy, or political ideology. Be skeptical. That's the mantra that I most take from this course. Be skeptical. But how can we possibly achieve this? Well, through the meaning of science, that most magnificent development of human thought and intellect, that falsifiable, testifiable approach to trying to understand our external reality, to trying to understand our internal reality, what goes on inside our heads. We need to measure, record, hypothesize, and verify to determine exactly what this reality of ours is really like. We also, and I've already touched upon it, need to establish a way of accurately measuring, understanding our internal reality. My model of physical reality, that which goes on inside my head. Because after all, we have highly evolved, developed brains. About 70 billion neurons and 100 trillion synapses is typical of the average adult human brain. And that's an incredibly complex, geometrical, mathematical structure, which surely, over billions of years, has given rise to this remarkable quality of consciousness, of feelings, emotions. But all of that, I would suggest, is at heart biochemical, and at an even more fundamental level is this mathematical structure that I believe, I don't want to use the word believe, that seems to underpin the whole of physical reality. Is this too reductionist for you? Am I too much of a materialist? Well, then please provide me with a demonstration of something that's not material. You don't think emotions are material, for instance? Then look at the average MRI scan of people who are angry or sad or glad. You'll see that it's the particular firing of the synapses that best correlates with these emotions. Emotions are biological, they're biochemical. And I, as a mathematician at heart, would say they're mathematical because at the most fundamental level are fundamental physical particles, and those physical particles are mathematical, have mathematical properties, indeed, but even more so are actually mathematical. Maybe you don't like the example of emotions. Let's consider the soul. As a metaphor, I have no problem with the notion of the human soul. But as an actual reality, if you think it's real, then please tell me how much energy the average human soul possesses. Because if you can't tell me that, if I'm not allowed to measure it in joules, then in what sense does it exist? So, then, let's be skeptical, and let's be free of those superstitions of our ancestors. 40,000 generations of Homo sapiens, 10,000 years of religious thoughts, but 2 billion years of human evolution since humans first walked this world. Isn't it about time that we grew up intellectually? We stopped depending upon these psychological crutches like religion, or for that matter, extremist political ideology. And this is a very special week for us, really, humans, because this is the week in which a computer, for the very first time, passed a Turing test. That's a test to see whether or not it's possible to distinguish between human thought and computer thought. And as I said, for the very first time, a computer was able to fool the experimenters into believing it's human. But what does that say? For me, that's marvellous. It's a future full of possibilities. Let's be excited by the fact that in the decades and centuries to come, long after I have come and gone, we may well be communicating with other sentient, machine-based consciousnesses. Isn't that marvellous? Ian M. Banks, that great science fiction writer of the late 20th century, early 21st century, would, if he in any sense existed anymore, which he doesn't, he would be rejoicing. Therefore, finally, let us always try to be conscious of how we form judgments and make decisions. Let us be truly human. Let us be free. Let us change the world.